Good evening, guys. It is Tuesday afternoon, the 23rd. Sitting in here trying to prepare a short devotional to share with you guys on tomorrow, which will be Wednesday when you get this. Looking at Proverbs and trying to read a proverb every day for the day of the month that it is. And I encourage you to do that along with your daily Bible reading. I believe it'll be a help and blessing to you. And it's encouraging to read through Proverbs and the wisdom that is given within the book of Proverbs. But I'm just going to be a few minutes and share a short thought with you. And then we're going to try to get Jeremy to chime in and share a thought with you as well. Just to encourage you in your midweek. Now, I won't be at church tomorrow night. I'm in Winston-Salem as of in the morning for a few days for training, for work. I'm at home tonight, and then I'll be leaving out about 5 o'clock in the morning, headed to Winston-Salem. But if you can make your way to the house of God tomorrow night, what a blessing that will be. Be faithful in that unless something has you hindered. But Proverbs 23 was what I read today, and there's a couple verses that stood out, and I'm going to read them to you. A man that beareth false witness against his neighbor is a maul, M-A-U-L. You can look that word up. And a sword and a sharp arrow. Verse 19, confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. Many times in our Christian life, we put confidence in different people. We believe that people are on our side, if you will. We believe that individuals are fighting the same battle alongside of us. And many times we learn that that's not the case about a certain individual or a certain person. Many times we think that we are in the fight together when really there is a underlying issue and fight against one another. And what the proverb is saying here, he said, confidence in an unfaithful man in the time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot that is out of joint. And you can't function with neither one of those. A foot that's out of joint, it's going to be hard to get anything done. Someone who is unfaithful in the work of God, when you put confidence in that person and they fail you because of that underlying issue, most of the time of pride and of self-gain that they are looking to achieve, many times, if we're not careful, it will hinder, it will cripple the body. And when you put confidence in an unfaithful man in the time of trouble, that is something that is very evident, is a crippling of the body. And so what I would encourage you to do as young people, be faithful, be faithful, be that faithful man, be that faithful young lady in your service to the Lord. Backbiting and an unruly attitude will cause strife, will cause division, and adhere to the process. Be humble. Seek the face of God and the will of God in everything that you do. Don't have a vindictive or a conniving spirit. God doesn't bless that. God's work cannot continue and move forward when we are like that. And we've probably all dealt with that because we're human. And that is the human nature. And so we must be faithful to seek the will of God in everything that we do and allow Him to work through us in a way that only He can. I love you and I appreciate you. I hope that you're having a wonderful week. Hope you get time to watch this short video. And I hope that it's an encouragement to you. Be that faithful man. Serve the Lord with gladness. He'll bless you for it. He will bless your endeavors. We'll see you, Lord willing, on Sunday morning.
Good evening, Gateway class. Hope everybody's had a good week. Missed being with you guys there at church Sunday morning. We were in Panama City. We're still in Panama City. We'll be back here shortly, and just wanted to come to you here for a few minutes with a devotional with Brother David. Appreciate him teaching there Sunday. Hope everybody's had a good week. Praying for all of y'all that are in the Gateway class and those that are off at college. May God be with you this week, give you a good week. We're reading in the book of Proverbs, chapter 23. Chapter 23. Solomon's one of the wisest men that's ever walked on the face of the earth. And in this chapter, he's given us more wisdom. And if there's anything that we need in our lives as believers, is wisdom. We need more wisdom. And he tells us here to be careful in the first part of the chapter. Be careful for what our main goal in life is, whether it's to try to just gain riches. That's what he's talking about here. Be careful that your goal in life is just not to be rich. But our goal in life should be to serve Jesus Christ and to give him glory and honor in everything that we do in our life. But not only that, he tells us to apply thine heart unto instruction in verse 12, and thine ears to the words of knowledge. Hey, it's saying, hey, we need to apply the good stuff in our life. We need to be careful who we listen to, and we need to apply that to our heart. And then we need to seek it out, just like we would seek out gold or we would seek out rubies. Verse 19 says, hear thou my son, and be wise, and guide thine own heart in the way. He's telling us and warning us to be careful. And then he gives us many other warnings through the rest of this chapter. I would recommend to you that you read a Proverbs a day. Billy Graham read a Proverbs a day every day in his life. And he said that it would help you, it would encourage you, but not only that, it would challenge you, and it would help us to learn to live right. Because Solomon was one of the wisest men that's ever lived on the face of the earth, and we need to adhere to his knowledge. May God be with you this week. Looking forward to service tomorrow night. If you can be there, I would encourage you to be there. It will help you. That is your midweek fueling. You need some fuel to run these vehicles of life that we're running this race in, and we need to keep them fueled up, and we need to keep them spiritually charged, so to speak. Looking forward to Sunday. Be praying for the Sunday school lesson Sunday, that God would just meet with us and change our hearts and our lives. And I pray that God will just give you a good week. And I love you guys, and I'm praying for you. I hope you have a good night.